Now, in continuation with video 2, now we come to video 3, where we are discussing about weather, climate, and adaptation of animals to climate. Now, we have discussed about the weather report also before, and all of you know what a weather report is. It is been announced. It has been given by the meteorological department, which I have told you which I have explained in the first video. The weather report, and all of you know about it. Weather report is generally published in newspapers, radio, and television. You can see weather forecast is important for people, because many of our day-to-day activities are based on weather conditions. So if you want to do what you want to do, you want to know how the weather is. If you want to wash quite your clothes also, you always see whether that day will be sunny enough to dry your clothes. Or else, for example, we can check the possibility of rainfall on a particular day and carry an umbrella with us. So if you know the forecast that it is going to rain today, then you can carry an umbrella. So this is a small weather forecast given in the newspaper or television. So Thursday's weather: northern states rain and thunderstorms. South, same day, hot, dry and sunny weather. Temperature in north is 21. Maximum temperature, maximum temperature in south is 33 degrees. Minimum temperature is 14 degrees in north. Minimum temperature is 14 degrees in south. Friday, brighter in the north, brighter with scattered showers. Maximum temperature 23 degrees. In south, more cloud with a few showers. Maximum temperature is 28 degrees. Minimum in north is 11. Minimum in south is 12. Saturday you have sunny. The weather forecast is sunny spells with few showers. Maximum temperature in the north is 20 degrees. In south is 24 degrees. Minimum is 9 degrees here in north, 10 degrees in south. So you have seen the changes in weather. On Thursday it is 33 degrees. On Friday it is 28 degrees. Then on Saturday it is 24 degrees. How the temperature has changed. Now this is a rain gauge. So I have explained to you about rain gauge in your previous slides. Rain gauge is rainfall. It is used to measure the amount of rainfall that occurs in a particular place. Rainfall is measured by an instrument called rain gauge, a measuring cylinder with a funnel on top to collect water. So it has got a measuring cylinder, and then it has got a funnel on top, and see the circumference of the funnel. So whatever amount of water that enters this cylinder can be measured over a particular time, and then you can say that this much of rainfall has happened. Then the weather conditions of the atmosphere. Weather is the condition of atmosphere over a short time. We talk about short time: today, tomorrow, day after. Then you can say you can use the term weather. When you talk about climate, it is the average course of weather condition for a particular location over a period of many years. So climate has been decided when you have to think about the average course of weather that has happened over a period of many years, say 25 years. I have discussed in the previous slide. See, this is the solar system, where you have the sun here. The earth revolves around the sun, and when it is spring in the northern hemisphere, uh, autumn in the southern hemisphere. When it is autumn in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. So it's just opposite. Why? Because the earth is revolving around the sun. Winter in the northern hemisphere, then southern hemisphere will have summer. Same way, summer in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern hemisphere. So this is, now we have winter in India, we have winter, but Australia has, now we have summer, but Australia has winter. And towards December, when it becomes cold here, Australia will have winter or summer. So just opposite. This is because of the amount of sunlight at a place varies throughout the year as its position with respect to the sun changes, because its position changes with the respect to the sun because of the rotation of the earth. The earth rotates around the orbit. This leads to the change in the season of a place. That is the reason why you are getting different seasons: winter, summer, spring, autumn, etc. Now, climate of a region depends on many factors, including the amount of sunlight it receives, its height above the sea level. Like in Sikkim, it is Gangtok, it is 5,500 feet above the sea level, the shape of the land, and how close it is to the ocean. Like we have discussed in the previous slide, like Mumbai and Chennai, it's a hot place, but it is very near the sea, so it is much cooler than in Delhi. Extreme weathers like in Delhi, Rajasthan, etc. So these are the different colors: polar region where it is cold, then the continental area, temperate region, you have the dry region yellow, and the tropical area near the equator. Now, climate and adaptation. Depending on the climate, all living organisms should get adapted. The climate of a place can affect the living organisms of that area. The animals, we can cover ourselves with sweaters, or you can have room heaters, but what will happen to the living organisms? The animals living in a particular region adapt themselves so that they can survive the weather conditions of that place. So animals, they can't wear sweaters, or they can't have a fan or something, so their body is adapted uh, to the climate, so they can survive the weather conditions of that place. The features and habits of animals start to change as per the climate of the place. So whatever features and habits of an animal will change as per the climate of the place. Now let us discuss about the polar region, which are the countries that you have: Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland. These are all the region are the countries that are in the polar region. The area of the earth that surrounds North Pole and South Pole is called polar region. The climate of the polar region is extremely cold throughout the year and receives heavy snowfall. Why? Because the sun rays does not fall directly onto these places. The equator is here somewhere in the middle, but an oblique angle. The sun rays falls in an oblique angle. So this place is extremely cold throughout the year and receives snowfall. The sun does not rise for 6 months of the year in the polar region, and then it stays for six months. So these places, Canada and these places, for 6 months they don't have sun. They have huge layers of snow outside the homes. Why? Because they don't have sun. For sun does not rise for 6 months of the year in these polar regions. The temperature of the polar regions can be as low as minus 37 degrees. Now, climate and adaptation for the polar animals, that is polar bear. The white fur of the polar bear makes it easier for them to hide in the snow and therefore save them from predators. So because of the snow is white in color, the animals, polar bear also has got white fur so that it can look like a part of snow and then can save from the predator enemies. The polar bears have two layers of thick fur. It has got two layers of thick fur on them so that they can survive extremely cold conditions. Like we wear thick sweaters when it is very cold. So animals, they have a natural adaptation. So for to the weather, so their body is got adapted to the habits and features. See the polar bear, the white fur is not visible in the snowy white background. It has got a very strong sense of smell, so it helps the bear to locate uh, its prey, so it can find out that and then have and it can catch its prey for food. It has got long, curved, and sharp claws. These help it to walk on ice. If we try to walk on ice, what happens? We will skid and then we'll fall down because there is no friction. But these animals, they have long, curved and sharp claws which can hold on to the ice and they can walk. It has a layer of fat under the skin, so it has got two thick layers of fur, and under the fur, under the skin, they have got a thick layer of fat which prevents the cold. The fat insulates its body from cold and keep it warm. It has got two thick layers of fur. These keep it warm in cold weather. Now the white fur is not visible in the snowy white background, so its predator and prey are not able to see it. So they are like protect themselves from the. Next one is penguin. It has got a thick skin with large fat content in their body so that they can survive the cold weather. So they have also got thick skin and then fat layer to prevent them from the cold. Then penguins have webbed feet which allow them to swim in the water also. Now, water movement, they have got streamed body, help to reduce the resistance. If they are very broad, they will not be able to swim faster. And it has got waterproof weather, like human beings can wear waterproof jacket, but they have got natural adaptation to the extreme weather. That what is that? Waterproof weather. And that will help swim faster in water. Breathing, it has got a special blood and muscle tissue in increasing move oxygen for during an underwater dive. If it has to dive under the water also, it has got special blood and muscle tissues which can hold to which can help in increasing oxygen for breathing. Then the diet, it eats the fishes, squids, krill, etc. Protection, it will not move single, it always move in group. Guard around the eggs, they guard their eggs. Swimming zigzag through the water, they swim zigzag. Zigzag means like this. Then warmth, a layer of overlapping weather coated with oil. So it has got a thick feather coated with oil so that water cannot penetrate into the body. Pockets of air underneath their feathers. Under the uh, feather, they have pockets of air. Again, keeps their body warm. Protect them from the cold, which holds the heat. Now, movement, they have solid bones, heavy solid bones, dive move, so that will help in diving, in the dive movement. Then a pair of wings, they have got a pair of wings that will propel forward in the water. So these are the different features that these polar region animals have.